Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they fear their carefully built illusions will shatter. They once promised that love would save you, that it would be pure, redemptive, and unconditional. They told you that the right partner would heal the cracks you'd long avoided facing alone. Those deep-seated fractures from childhood, from the stories and songs that whispered sweet promises into your subconscious. And so you believed, not out of naivety or weakness, but because you never learned how to see past the illusion. What if that promise was never meant to be fulfilled? What if the love you have been searching for isn't salvation at all, but rather a calculated strategy? Schopenhauer famously argued that women are governed more by instinct than reason, that their true power lies not in brute strength or intellect, but in a refined capacity for manipulation, beauty, and emotional influence. According to him, love is nothing more than a fleeting biological trick, a carefully orchestrated illusion designed by nature to serve its own purposes, not necessarily our pursuit of happiness. Schopenhauer's views force us to confront a difficult possibility. Perhaps the dynamics of love and attraction are less about deep connection and more about survival strategy. He suggested that what you call love might actually be an idealized version of the other person, a reflection of who you wish to be rather than who they truly are. You love the way she makes you feel validated, as though her mere presence silently declares, "You are enough." Yet validation, as he would argue, is not synonymous with love. It is a mirage that lures you into surrendering your emotional autonomy, leaving you dependent on a fantasy rather than empowered by genuine connection. In his eyes, women mastered a power that men, conditioned to chase grandeur, could not even begin to understand. Historically excluded from the realms of intellectual and professional life, women had to learn to wield influence from behind the scenes. They mastered the art of subtlety, using charm and carefully calibrated emotional responses to secure their place in a world that had little room for them otherwise. Their strategies were not born out of inherent malice, but out of necessity, an adaptive means to navigate social structures that once denied them the power of a loud, unfiltered voice. Yet modern society continues to entangle us in these age-old dynamics. We are taught to idealize, to place our partners on impossibly high pedestals until even a hint of difference provokes alarm. We cling to the comforting idea that unconditional love exists, even when that notion slowly erodes our ability to think independently. Instead of discovering a partner who truly complements who you are, you may find yourself trapped in a cycle where the affection you receive is nothing more than carefully rehearsed performance. It may feel like love, the ultimate validation of your worth. But what if it is simply a strategy to keep you emotionally dependent? The price of surrendering to this illusion is steep. When you accept a version of love that promises to rescue you from your vulnerabilities, you risk relinquishing your power over your own emotions. The truth is, the promise of unconditional, redemptive love is not a universal remedy. It is an alluring myth designed to placate. Genuine love should not require you to give up your agency or allow your peace to be dictated by another's whims. True emotional strength comes from cultivating the ability to see through the lure of validation and to build your own inner fortitude. Ask yourself, are you in love with the person you truly know? Or have you been seduced by the idealized image of what you desperately want to believe? Reclaim your vision by questioning the narratives you've been fed. Realize that the love you deserve begins with loving yourself, recognizing that your worth is inherent and independent of anyone else's ability to save you. Only then can you build a relationship based on mutual empowerment rather than dependency. When you break free from these illusions, you unlock the capacity for relationships that are genuine and liberating. A relationship founded on true strength is not about being rescued. It's about two whole individuals coming together, each bringing their own power and resilience. In that union, Love ceases to be a crutch or an escape. It becomes a shared journey toward growth and self-mastery, a partnership built on honesty and the courage to face life unshielded. If this challenges you to see things differently, let that discomfort be the first spark of transformation. Question your deepest assumptions about love, vulnerability, and validation. Look within and find the tools to see through illusions. Reclaim your emotional strength and build a foundation for relationships that honor your true self. Only by facing these uncomfortable truths can you begin to live freely, with clarity and self-respect. And that is the ultimate act of love for yourself.